Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day. So for today's video, we are going to be playing another rapid game. So let's get started. So I have an account that has been 2300 so far. That's kind of my peak right now, as you can see here. I am 2308 and I am trying to reach 2400. So okay, let's play the Sicilian Defense. I am playing 2178, so hopefully I don't lose, because if I do, I will lose a lot of points. So we have C4 here, which is, kind of a weird, like English. It's a way to, sure, it's a way to play against the Sicilian, but I don't think it is recommended though. We can definitely just play D6. What we can do? Okay. Oh. So we have that. Okay. Yeah, okay. So that's a good one. I guess I shouldn't play E6 right away. I could have also just played A6. But I think this is okay. Now this is hard because this is no longer the standard Maroxy bind that the con can counter. Although I'm not playing the Fiend Kettle variation, so, well, not like Fiend Kettle. I'm not playing the Accelerated Dragon. So I think I am still fine in this position. I just need to kind of look out a little bit. So with C1, this is looking a bit scary because usually my bishop is on B4 and trading off this knight, but it's not happening this game, so I need to be a little bit careful here. F3, knight BD7. This position is still playable, however, it is not too optimistic for black. This is kind of more like a hedgehog position, in a sense. Queen D2, we go into castle. So now, an important thing is how do you defend these yourself on the king side? Because once you push any of these pawns, there's gonna be a breakthrough. So decentralize the rook. I'm gonna centralize my rook as well. And note that I don't go rook e8 because, first of all, this e pawn is protected by another pawn, and we are stuck with the e pawn here. And second of all, we want the knight to be able to go back to e8. So we have bishop f1, which actually to me is a little bit weird. He offers a draw. I am not going to have a draw. I honestly would rather lose than have a draw. I don't understand what is his mind thinking. I mean, I guess I'm 2300, so it's fair he wants a draw. But okay, so he's aiming for knight a4. So what should I do here? I think maybe a good try just to go rook back to b8. If he goes knight a4, I am going to just go back, put my bishop back to a8, and I should be fine in that position. Although another thing is I could put my knight to c5, but it's gonna get met with b4 very soon, so I don't want to do that. The only problem with the Maroxy bind position is this. Yeah, usually I trade a bishop and break through with d5, but since I didn't do that, since I played e6 d6 too early, yeah, I need to keep in mind that c4 can transpose to the d4 and goes into a Maroxy bind. So we have rook to d2. Should I stick into my plan? Now I cannot play a5 to stop b4 because I'm knight to b5. I think to give my queen some room, I am going to play rook c8. Right now, as long as I don't do anything, I don't believe that white can do anything either. So, okay. So we have this position here. Now, one thing I could do is move my queen out of this file and go queen f8. Right? Because here's the thing. Like, as long as I don't do anything, like try to break through it, break open this position, it's not really a lot white can do. And it doesn't seem to me that he has a good idea on how to play this. If I go queen f8, my plan is to go queen f8, bishop d8, queen e7, and if he goes g4, g5 on the way, I can go knight back to e8, and he's gonna be fine. So we are going to play queen f8. I think, and also I think that putting the bishop on c7 is a little bit better because it protects both of these pawns. h3. That makes a lot of sense. We're gonna stick with our plan. We also don't want to be too low on time so that we somehow lose due to flagging. So we're gonna tuck our bishop here. Here we have rook to d2. Now stacking on the d file. Not like I can attack that pawn in any way, but I guess a minute ago I could have break through it, but I think it is not necessary to do so. What do I do in this position? Queen e7 does get met with bishop g5 potentially. I think I am just going to go back bishop a8. Simply because this a pawn, it's not gonna be attacked anytime soon. I mean, the only way is this bishop by going c5, but I can take with the knight, I can take with the pawn. You know, there's a lot of things, and I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, we have b4 now. So we have b4. Makes sense. So let's go ahead and play queen e7. Yeah, we have a4. I think a5 might be play, but I don't think that does a lot of things at all. I don't know. We could go knight e5, but let's go knight f8. Let's say a5 would just take. It's not a big deal. Now, what he can do is go c5 though, because I went back knight to f8. But after takes, if knight b3, I mean, oh no, he can't go knight b3. So knight c2, and what? Like I can put my bishop on c5, and it's not really a big deal. I mean, also c5 I have d pawn takes on c5. I can take with a d pawn instead. If b takes, I can actually go bishop to e5. Okay, so he is trying to break through this with probably c5 is what he's planning now. I'm just gonna go back. He might go back to d2 because he's it looks to me that he wants to draw, right? So okay, he's trying to go there. And now note, there's no knight going to a4 anymore, so we need to see what we can do here. Now going now I could try to break through with d5. I don't think it's a great idea. Because note that we do have to take care of this square. Do I want to bust open this position? Let's move the queen back to f8. Okay, it's going b5. So I'm just gonna lock it up. I think he's getting impatient here. Now my knight has a very strong square on c5 here. And no, he cannot go knight c6 because I'm just going to take the knight, and then now this pawn's going to fall. Okay, he still went there anyway, so we have to take. And we are going to go knight c5. I think that is the correct plan. And if he takes the knight, then we take with the d pawn. Why? Because we want to open this up. Okay, so knight to b5. We are currently allowed to play bishop d8 thanks to the queen, protecting d6 still. So if any attackers, I'm just gonna take this. Knight a7, we have rook c7, so, and then knight back, then we take the pawn. So we are fine in this position. Note that we don't protect it with bishop e7 because we need to guard c7. So we have bishop takes. We are going to... Okay, now this is tricky. Okay, this is getting tricky. Why? If I take this, there's queen g3, and I actually cannot take this pawn anymore, apparently. So it is getting complicated. So I have to take with the b pawn now. See, now I was going to take with the d pawn, but now I realized queen g3. It's not such a great move for me. And that prevents me from getting the pawn and allows c7. So now I have to take. So rook there. We are just going to play bishop e7. I don't think there's any better move. If queen g3 now, we just play rook b6. And now we are going to transfer the queen out so we can move our knight. Or eventually, knight d7, knight to e5 is an idea. We are doing pretty well in this position, so we are going to play rook b6. And no, this is a dark square pawn. So, oh, we have e5 breaking through this position. We do have to take this. I don't think we have any good choices here. Okay. So what are we gonna do now? There's no access to the 7th rank. We are going to play g6 and queen g7. We're gonna fiend cattle our queen because rook d7 is not possible due to knight d7. Knight takes rook. So I think we are okay here. We do need to play this very accurately to keep the pawn up. White is still having a lot of initiative in this position. Okay. Bishop e4 will be play, or might be play. I think we are going to stick with our plan. At bishop e4, we are going to take, and now we're going to put the bishop back. Or I can put the rook back. All right, I am going to take this, and then take this. Okay, so now we reach fair or fairly even position. And now we might have to sacrifice a pawn to regain our... Or maybe not. I'm just going to go bishop g5 and then bishop e3 check. We're going to see what happens. The rook are going to do... we'll have to do a very hard job on the 6th rank here. Now rook d7 will be play. Now we are going to give a check. And why are we doing that? Because we are going to plan on e5 the other way. e5 and bishop d4. And once we block up the d file, then it's not really much for... black to do. Not really much for white to do. We definitely will have to give up a pawn afterwards, but I think we are going to be fine. It's king f1. We are going to play this. Now, so now if he plays this, sure, we can give up a pawn, but I don't think it matters. Because by going e5, we're also allowing our rooks to get in the game. Our rooks are right now not doing anything. They are very passive. Okay. So he wants to trade both rooks, apparently. Which I guess is a very smart idea. We do have to take. And I am not the best in bullets, so I apologize, but I do have to focus at this point. I think I am going to try to flag this guy. Yeah, he's 1900, so... So we are trying to protect these two pawns. Why? Because this pawn is very much protectable with the bishop with f6. We are going to play bishop b4. g4. We are playing f6. And now there's no more tricks currently. And we just up a pawn. So now we're going to play this. Although g5 might be play. Well, g5, king e7, knight c8, king e6. It is a bit tricky, but... Alright, we are going to play h6. Knight to d5, king to e6. Or... okay. Now I'm trying to play f5 here. But does it work? Is my question. Doesn't work, but h5 actually kind of works here. So now knight c7. Okay, we have knight there. Okay, he's aiming for this, which apparently is super annoying. You're not allowed to give a check. Play. I think this is a draw. I probably messed up somewhere, but... Yeah, I messed it up somewhere. I think I am going to take this as a bullet, kind of a bullet strategy here. Okay, didn't go knight d5, which she completely missed. Nice. Okay. Let's analyze this. The whole time this game has been a draw pretty much. So e4, c5, knight f3, e6, c4. Yeah, apparently I do have to play knight c6 first or a6. a6 is what I usually play, but for some reason this game I opt to go for d6, allowing d4, which is not great. Yeah, now it's +1 for white, but it doesn't seem that he is playing this very correctly. Let's put a computer and analyze this, and then we gonna go through this. So everything in the opening is pretty standard here because I think at this point we are fine. So at this point we're just kind of moving pieces around. Yeah, see, I think knight d5's ideas are very, very scary in my opinion. So yeah, because knight d5, it captures, knight c5, b4, a lot of things happening, and now knight f5 is very scary. So yeah, I think if I just stick with a6, here's a variation that I know, right? If after c4, d takes, knight takes c4, knight to f6, knight to c3, bishop to c4, the Maroczy bind is now being prevented. And white, in fact, doesn't have a good defense against bishop takes c3 and knight takes c4. The two most, as you can see here, the two most popular move is bishop d3. Oops, what is wrong? Oh no. Sorry, my computer lagged a little bit. Bishop d3 and f3, which both kind of leads to equal position. Bishop d3 is a lot more popular, so but by bishop d3 we can go knight c6. Why? Because this knight is now no longer protected. And knight takes c6, d takes c6, and we have a good position because we don't have a d pawn anymore, and this file is completely open. Right? So that's what just what I want to show you. I made quite a lot of inaccuracy here, but I think overall we did play quite a good game. So it's still like, yeah. Okay, so b5, knight c6 was okay, still better. Knight to b5, bishop to d8. Yeah, see. So this is what I was talking about. If b takes c5, then suddenly this is not so good. See, it has it's recommended e5, but queen c3 is in my radar, and to me it was the best move. So after queen here, notice that I cannot take the pawn due to queen takes the rook. And what do? There's not much I can do here. If bishop e7, or actually I think I might play queen e7. But still, if I want to be able to take this pawn, right? Now I go bishop e7, but then c7, rook b7. And look, I cannot take the pawn because I will lose and because it's two defenders. And my bishop cannot go to d6. So now white is trying to just put both rooks back to the d file, and now I can't do anything. So now say, yeah, rook d1. What do? I don't have anything, right? Knight e8 is mad by this, and if I do nothing, then say I go g6. There's rook here, and it's nothing I can do here. The knight is sitting here forever, so that's why I took with the right pawn. Rook takes c6. And I have to, of course, I have to protect this pawn. Queen G3, apparently it's a mistake. Oh, because I have knight H5, but I went here, which is a big mistake also. Oh, knight A7. Let's see. So knight H5. That finally kicks his queen away, because queen H2 is apparently not good. Oh, now you have bishop G5 ideas. Wow, that's so funny. And you can't top take because of bishop here. Yeah, or bishop E3, check. Oh, wow. It even wants me to simplify this. Yeah, you cannot take with this because of this. And if you trade queens, then knight C3 is a fork. And you just wins because you just up a full piece. Wow, that's really nice. But it's still equal position. Ah, I missed queen B8. Someone missed that move. I wanted to just fiend kettle my queen. I know I need to get my queen out, but I forgot that I have queen B8. Just looking at this. I mean, queen B8. Say if he doesn't want to trade, what does he do? I mean, queen E3 is just not great. Yeah, but I don't see the knight H5 ideas at all. And plus, by going bishop D3, he's blocking up this entire diagonal. No, not diagonal, sorry. The entire file. But yeah, I think the end game, I think a lot of us just make a lot of mistake here. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, rook D8 here. Yeah, I think taking that was not good. Yeah, I'm supposed to go rook C8 and then rook B8 and then I'll be fine. Here, say what, G4. Then now knight takes E4 is fine. If he takes and E4, and now at least my rook is doing something in here. Yeah, or I can now defend it with this, so that rook D7 is going to be met with this. So the entire game was a draw. Yeah, even if I take this, it's still a draw because I have 4, and the knight is not in time to get all the pawns. Yeah, so knight F5, king F4, and now the knight has to defend this ace pawn. So yeah, it was a draw the whole time until we went king F2, and then yeah, and I win. All right, so won another game, got some points. So I will keep you guys on track on how I do. Will I get 2400 elite chests? We don't know yet, but hopefully we'll get there. 2400s are where a lot of title players are. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.